You're such an asshole.
All right, we got another request. And if you have a request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com. Another set of parents who actually love their children deciding to homeschool instead of send the kid out to school. That's okay. If you have a kid and you send them to school, that's fine. It's when you send them to daycare so you don't have to raise them in the beginnings of the little baby's life. Vile and despicable. Really, shut up. You're the one who's outsourcing your kid. This is the hill I will be dying on. You see all the flags? You see the nice little positions I've taken up on it? This is the hill I'll die on. But I can't help it. You don't love your kid. That's fine. Just say you don't. Or you do, but you love shit more because mommy's got to get a brand new Range Rover. Daddy needs his boat. Why has her kid got mental disorder? I have no idea. But go talk to Professor Fuckwitz. He knows what's up. Howdy, Cap. I had like an unbiased third-party evaluation on whether it would be a good idea for my family to do RV life. I have taken to heart your evaluation of the American school system. I've decided after school is out this year to homeschool our little boy. Won't even mention age. I work remotely, so that was really the only tether keeping us from traveling. Here's a snapshot of our situation and plans. I am a certain age, and my wife is a certain age, and our son is not the same age as we are. He's a little boy. My wife is stay-at-home mom. She has medical issues that she's still physically able and mobile, but has some other issues, and we'll leave it at that. I work remote full-time as a STEM guy doing STEM things and make a handsome salary because I wasn't a dipshit and didn't major in English. Oh my God, look at that. You make money because you didn't major in dumb shit. Look at that. And he knows remote work. How about that? Hey, kids, follow your heart and the money will follow. I don't know when the money, I was going to say something funny like when you're 65, but they don't even follow then. Can you imagine like Gen X now is starting to get of the age they're approaching their 60s and they're like tied with Gen X with student loan debt? Like you're in your 60s, you still, I know we pick on the millennials, but holy cow, Gen X. Financial picture, $500,000 spread across retirement plans. I max out my 401k and HSA annually. We'd have more, but took a pretty good financial hit due to medical issues my wife has when we were rebuilding. I keep $25,000 in emergency savings at all time. We have no debt other than rent, sulfur, service, and subscription. Planning here's where it comes in. Planning to take out a $63,000 RV loan. Monthly installment costs would be $1,000 a month, which is cheaper than the local rent. I plan to pay the note off early, budgeting $10,000 to $12,000 annually for park fees. Once the park fee budget runs out, we'll stay on my parents' land in the RV. We plan on always going back around Thanksgiving, Christmas, regardless if we still have anything left on the budget. Long term, buy land, build a barn dominium, and live in the RV while I build out the interior. I'll do all the unlicensed work myself. Big question. Living in the RV might cost a little more overall than renting locally, but I believe the experience of traveling together as a family, especially while my boy's still young, will be worth it. And I hate this, man. You're right. I got to admit that would be the dream, and it would be an incredible standard of living you would enjoy. How few families get to do that. I hate putting love ahead of money, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not giving you approval. I'm just saying I understand, and you are thinking correctly. But we gotta look at this a little bit more discerningly. Especially while my boy is still young, will be worth it. Would love to get your input on whether this is a sound move, especially financially, and whether there are any blind spots or longer-term trade-offs we're missing. Let me know if this is something you'd be willing to look at for a video and what you'd charge for time. I'm not terribly worried about anonymity. Yeah, no, I kept it anonymous here. So I had you send me the spreadsheet breakdown, and you did. And I'm inclined to go along with your expenses. And you're right. You can do it. financially, it's possible. What I'm more concerned about is if you should, because this is doesn't matter family or not. It's what every RV person does. I'm gonna get an RV. It looks great, and then you do it for you're like, this sucks. Oh my god, driving this thing's a pain in the ass. So, what I would recommend you guys do is, why don't you trial run it? You got summer coming up, maybe spring. I don't know how if your kid's out of school yet or not, but I would go rent one of those Cruise America RVs, just a a smaller one, right? I don't know what $63,000 is going to get you. I don't know how big or whatever. But why don't you do a trial run first this summer before you drop 63 grand and all that, and go down this life? But go rent an RV, drive across America, do it for, let's say, 2 weeks. All right. Whatever that's going to cost you. Do the Grand Canyon, go sooner than later. It's going to start getting warm in the south, but I would do that. And if it's summertime, right? Glacier National, Badlands, Black Hills, Mount Rushmore, Rocky Mountain National Park, Moab, go do the thing, right? Go do it. Do it for 2 weeks, get back, and it's not just you. Ask your family, what do you guys think? Should we do that year round? And that should give you a lot more information as to whether you should. You can, your finances are there. I rarely give the blessing of the finances, but you can do it financially, pretty sure. And there's a lot of room left over for the unexpected expenses. I would trial run that idea first and see if you guys can go 2 weeks without killing each other, and then revisit. And then if it's like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like your idea. I like your idea. Go drive around the country. Do it all. Get it out of your system. Your son will have a great experience. He'll remember that forever. You actually love your child. You homeschool them. You can go hiking. You can have great adventures together. And then after you do all that, yeah, go back, camp on your parents' property. Also, while you're doing that reconnaissance, you're traveling around on the RV, you're doing your reconnaissance. You're finding out, okay, where should we live? Where do we really like? I would go get the book, Reconnaissance Man. Make sure you hit all those spots. Surprise, the spots I picked not only have low taxes, but they also have the prettiest parts of the country, too. Imagine that. Huh. New York City? Really? We're not going there? But I heard that's where all the action is. But California is the most amazing place ever, according to Californians. Yeah. No, you guys just aren't as avant-garde as they are. Shitting in the streets, that's the cool new thing. You're just not cultured like us in California. So I like your idea. It's just, why don't you guys try it first and then start looking at doing. And then what you could do. If you time it right, then you could buy an RV at the end of summer when there's typically a sale, and then yeah, maybe avoid winter, and go down south, go to Quartzsite, Arizona. I'd almost go check that out for a couple days anyway. If you're going to do the RV, I'm kind of curious what that culture is like. Quartzsite, Arizona. Wait for the RV fest to happen. Yeah, so your numbers are fine. I like the idea and spirit. Your kid would have a hell of a childhood. And then and you'll get sick of it and you're like, okay, where do we want to settle? Where are we gonna buy the land? And then you'll have a great experience. It's just make sure it's a great experience. Rent it first. Try it for 2 weeks. See what wife and kid think. And there you go. Okay. I'm glad I solved that problem. One more problem solved. All right. No super chats. There you go. Questions, answers, SOconsulting.com. See you guys later, Toodles.